Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm jumping in with my first hashtag of 2018. The hashtag was created by Katie Flowers, and it is hashtag Tarot for Everyday. Katie Flowers, who is totally awesome, I love her, and I love all her videos. She did a top 8 tarot decks that we could use for every day. Now, this is just like, I have tons of tarot decks, and the argument could be you could use any of these decks every day. And I do. I go through like all my decks, and I try to make sure that each one of them gets some love. But I think the idea around this hashtag is these are tarot decks that, have a easy enough use where if you just needed some fast guidance, I need some help with this right away, you could pull some cards and get that guidance. There are some decks that you would have to sit longer with the cards perhaps, and maybe that's just me, where you'd have to like really meditate on them. There's tons of symbolism and tons of things that you can get out of it, and my intuition goes crazy with like symbolism, so but then this is not to crap on those other decks, because I love all my decks and I respect all my decks, and I respect all the decks that have been created by those wonderful souls out there who put this artwork and these decks out there for us. I can definitely go deeper with these decks that I'm going to show you. That is possible. I can set aside some time and meditate and get a lot out of them, but I also think that they're really good for just some quick guidance, whereas other decks of mine, it's hard for me to just crank out my intuition and be like, this is the guidance I need. Each one of my decks I think serves different purposes. There are some decks that I use more when I'm feeling more vulnerable, or I need just like kind of a hug a little bit. There are some decks where I need it to like kick my ass. There are some decks where I just like want to have a good laugh, and it's like I'm talking to a good friend. So again, these decks here, although I can meditate and go deep with them and get a lot of guidance and awesomeness, out of the cards, they are also easy enough to use where I can just get some quick guidance. So let's jump right into it. So the first deck to serve that purpose is my Steampunk Tarot that I keep in this lovely green bag. And that's the backs of the cards. So like I said, I can, sit down and look at the images and get a lot of good stuff out of it, but if I just need something quick, this is a deck that I've had long enough where it's like we're homies from the way back, and if I just need something quick and, hey, can you shed some light on this, or can you tell me something about this deck has no problems with saying, okay, here's how it is, it's all laid out for you, and I really appreciate that. So sometimes I want some quick answers, sometimes I really want to see kind of like what else is going on, why is this coming to, life for me right now, and, all of that. There are times for that, and there are times that I just, it's like, hey, like you call up your friend, okay, I need some advice, and that's what these decks are. So this is the Steampunk Tarot. My next one is the Housewives Tarot. Also one of my older decks, and one of my other hummus from the way back. These are the backs. Yeah, so again, lots going on, but it's kitschy, it's fun. I noticed that it works well not only with me, but also with friends and clients. Like, everybody just really seems to like it, and they seem to really understand, the messages, especially if I want to do just like a quick little like 3-card draw, or, not to say that I can't do bigger readings with this, but, it's good for that. The third deck that I would use or argue that it can be used for everyday use comes in this green little bag, or I have placed it in this green little bag, and that is the Greenwich Tarot. So this one, a little bit different vibe than those other 2 decks, is more like an older person talking to me and giving me guidance. You know, I can sit with this older person and we can have a long chit chat and we can go into, you know, why certain things are coming up for me, or why I'm making certain choices, or how I can make better choices. But also this older person sometimes knows when I'm just coming by, knocking on the door and like, hey, I need your help with something. And she's like, sure. So yeah, that's the personality coming through with the Greenwich Tarot. The fourth deck that can be used every day just for some quick guidance, or goes deeper if it needs to, and that is the Spirit Within Tarot. This is one of my newer purchases. This was actually purchased this year, 2018, almost like right at the beginning of the year. That's the backs. But yeah, we've become quick friends. I noticed that this deck is pretty blunt in its messages, but not where it's harsh, if that makes any sense. So if I need some quick guidance, they're quick, they're to the point, they're blunt, but that's what I asked for. And so those are the messages that I get, and I love that it's in silhouette form. So although I can get some quick messages, it's like my brain's kind of filling in the dark parts along with those messages, and I really appreciate that. The fifth deck on my list is the Halloween Tarot, and it's one of the very few tarots in a tin that I own, and it's the backs of the cards. These are one of those decks that I don't feel is just for you know, like Halloween, or just for its holiday or around that time. I can use this deck anytime. I'm not currently using it, as there are a few new decks that I have that I'm trying to bond with, but I used this probably a week and a half ago or so, because I really did need some quick answers on something. I was getting ready to do something and I was like, well, let me just see my options really quick. And this deck is really good at helping me with that. Ooh, and I just noticed that some of them are upside down. Here we go. Sorry. And wow, why are some of these upside down? That is strange, because I don't read reversals. So why is this deck all screwy? We need to have a chit chat. The sixth deck on my list is a majors only deck, and it is the Pusheen the Cat Tarot deck. This is a deck that was actually free off the internet. You could print out the images and print it onto whatever cardstock you wished. So I preferred to have printed it on linen cardstock here. But it's really simple, it's cute, the messages are hilarious, but serious but funny. That's really contradictory. I hope you guys understand what I mean. You know, the messages are like, okay, this is what's going on, but it's got kind of a funny bent to it. So yeah, if I'm looking for something quick, this is actually at the front of my little tarot shelf that I have underneath my altar. And since it's near the front, it's usually one that I grab for if I need that quick guidance. The seventh tarot deck on my list is the Pagan Tarot. And as you can see, it gets a lot of wear because it goes a lot of places with me. This deck and I have been through quite a bit, and actually I had gotten this deck in a trade, and yeah, I'm so glad I got it. But that's the backs of the cards, and it's been with me when I've gone through some pretty difficult times, some rough spots. It's really helped me kind of work through some shadows and some really deep issues that were coming to the surface. But it's also like a friend too, where it's just like, hey, you know, need a little quick pick me up, you know, I am your deck. And plus it's got felines, and as you know, I have a puma in my house. You know, it's so funny. I grew up with dogs, but there were a lot of cats in our neighborhood. Like there was cats on either side of us, and I always bonded really well with the cats, or at least they bonded well with me. They always like came up to me and were always hanging out with me, and but I always thought of myself, oh, I'm a dog person, oh, I'm a dog person. And then when I became the stepmom to my dude's cat Presley, who passed away a few years ago, and then we got Wally, but yeah, that's when I was like, oh, so these are cats. Or pumas. In his case, our old cat was a sea otter. And the final deck for the hashtag Tarot for Everyday, created by the Miss Katie Flowers, is my Pam's Vintage Tarot. And how can I not go without a OG Rider-Waite-Smith? Not that I have a lot of them. I have like 2. So these are the backs. And they're pretty small, they're aged looking, they have some extra cards in them. I dig it. I can go deep if I want to, but I've noticed that it has some pretty gentle messages when I work with this deck, and not trying to hurt my feelings or anything, but it also is not sugarcoating. It's saying like, okay, like this is what's going on, but here's what you can do about it. And it does it in a really quick fashion. So like if I was doing a 3-card draw, it'd probably take me no more than 5 minutes to kind of figure out what's going on. And we'll do a couple more because I really like this deck. It's a hard deck not to just take everywhere with me. So that's it. That was hashtag Tarot for Everyday, created by the one and only Katie Flowers, and I will link her original video down below so you can check her out. But most people know who she is, but if you don't, she's awesome. Please go check her out. Check out her channel, check out her videos. She does a lot of other things outside of YouTube, so definitely go check her out. If you guys want to hang out with me in social media, I would absolutely love to do that. I love chit-chatting and just meeting new people all over the world, and people that are here right in my own hometown of San Diego. So that's been pretty awesome. So that information is down below for my Instagram, my Facebook, and all of that jazz. So if you want to hang out on Instagram, it's at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you guys want to catch a reading with me, I'd love to do that. I have so many different types of readings. I have scrying sessions, I have Lenormand, I have 30-minute workout sessions, 1-hour sessions, and so many more. And I have like my healing salves, which are brand new to the shop, yay! And my bracelets and room sprays and all of that. So you guys can definitely go check that out. And thank you to all the people that have been supporting my little business, not only here on YouTube, but everything else that I do, so that I can try and build it up and put more good stuff out there for you guys. So thank you to those that support me on Patreon and PayPal me. So that's it from me, spiritual homies. If you guys dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell for more videos just like this. Words are starting to become difficult, so it is close to the end of the night. I'll catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.